How we doing, everyone? We're back with another weekly watch list. I'm excited to bring this one to you all. So let's just jump right in. First things first, I hope you've had a good weekend so far and had a good week inside and outside of the stock market. So let's get into it. So as always, I'll be covering IWM, SPY, and QQQ. Those are the three main instruments, if you will, that I trade at the moment. So let's get into it. First thing I have is IWM up first. Okay, so our biggest area I'm going to be looking for is this 61 fib, right? If you go over here to the daily, you can look at it here, or you can look at it on the 4 hour. We had this like impulse move up. Where did we bounce? We already bounced the 61 fib last week on Monday beautifully. I mean, like I went back and checked it out this past week. I didn't catch it on Monday itself. I have to go back to my journal, see what, I'm honestly curious. I want to see right now, what did I trade? Watch I traded IWM. I had a green day Monday, but like watch me trade like IWM had a loss or something without seeing the fib. Because I charted the fib after. Yeah, no. So Monday was a green day. And I did trade IWM, ironically, and I had one small win. So it was a put. So that's crazy. So yeah, anyways. But the 61 fib, I want to see if we get another bounce at it. So let me go back over to the 4 hour. So 4 hour daily, whatever you want, right? Swing low, swing high, 61 fib. We bounced it perfectly right here. It looks like we're already kind of coming back down. So I want to see if we get another bounce here, or if we break below, then definitely gonna be looking at going short below this 197.44, right? So if we just take things down to like just that fib, I mean, check out that price action. You know, beautiful, right? It was top of the morning, 9:45 a.m. Monday. I set the tone for the entire day, right? We take it down to the 5 minute. It was just a really nice bounce all the way around, okay? Beautiful price action, right at the level. Heck, even take it to 2 minute. Was it a tweezer bottom, I think? No, that was something else I was looking at. But still, even then, check out this price action right at the level. It was a great level. I obviously didn't take it because I did not chart the level, I think, until like Friday after it already bounced. Thursday or Friday is when I caught it. And I charted the fib. So whatever, it is what it is. Still had a green week, had a great week, all in all. So on IWM, heading back over to the hourly, going to be looking for a bounce here below that 197. I do have support at this 196, and down here at this 195. I go to the 4 hour, you can really see it. Between those, though, I'd say the strongest one's probably down here at this 193. Right? But I do have these levels charted. That's what I'll be looking for. As far as resistance goes on IWM, over previous day high and previous day close. That's one thing I've added to my charts. I think I covered this in last week's video, the week before. The last few weeks, I've back tested and forward tested this, and yesterday's close, which is already common knowledge, usually does act as an area of support and resistance. So I had it on my charts for a while in the past, kept it off, and then recently put it back on, and I just use it for extra confluence and direction for the day. So over yesterday's close and previous day high, my next resistance is going to be up at this 201.86 / kind of 202.19 area. So this could be like first profit target, second profit target. Above that would be next at this 203 area. But my biggest resistance is going to be up here at this 205.30, right? Obviously, this really long wick up here in the pre-market. That kind of set this whole move down for the following day. So anyways, yeah, this previous day close has been really helpful this past week in having support and resistance and kind of having as extra confluence for when I'm taking the day trades. So anyways, and again, I back tested it and forward tested it, and you know, every single day when I mark it out, I watch the price action around it in the afternoon session after the market's closed, and it definitely is acting as support and resistance heavily intraday, and of course forward tested it during live trading sessions as well. So let's go over to SPY and SPX. So let's break it down to the 15-minute first, okay? We have yesterday's low, or Friday's low, Friday's high. That's going to be our range. We need to break that range to get a bigger move. First support's going to be down here at 541.61, but my biggest one's going to be the daily gap. So on the daily chart, this 537, that's going to be my main support, right? If we come down here, test that, and bounce, right? Obviously, those gaps usually work pretty well, support and resistance. Back to the 15-minute, we have Friday's close as well marked, and it's right in the middle of the day. So it's kind of like, all right, if we're above it, you know, there's room to the previous day high. If we're below it, there's room to the previous day low. Now, this is a level I had on my chart all last week. It was in last week's video, right? It was this level from the last time we were at the last significant all-time high, and we kind of smashed through it here with some data last week. I kept it on the chart, and as you can see, it acted as really nice support. So I kept that on as a really key level for me on all my day trades last week. It was a really nice level of resistance, broke through it, hadn't retested it yet. So it was definitely a really good level to watch. So we did kind of go up and down a little bit on Friday's session, but most of the time it was support around it. We kind of swept right below it. I'm going to keep it on the chart, unless we're like under this level, with strong conviction, I'm not looking to enter puts, right? And even I wouldn't even enter puts till we broke this previous day low before going down to this 541, right? Above that, we have Thursday's close, which we never tested, so I kept it on the chart. Again, most likely it's like a profit target. It's like, say we break above Friday's high, break, retest, profit target, and then move to the next level here at this 548. So looking at the chart for that 548, again, strong resistance, broke through it, retested a little bit here, broke through it, retested it again. So again, blue levels are like my potential levels. I think there still can be action there rather than just having this big zone up to my next main resistance, which is going to be 550, aka pretty much the all-time highs. So that's that. We'll go over to SPX. Again, I chart SPX along with my for SPY trades, for SPY trades. So I always mark previous day high, previous day low in red, potential levels again in blue, and then white is just previous levels of interest that I had. And if they are dotted, it just means that like they're less strong for me personally. That's why the blue is blue and also dotted, right? Anyway, so the levels I have here, same thing. It's like, as long as we're inside this range, like, if we're breaking out of the previous day low on SPY, but SPX, we might bounce here at this level. So I'm not going to be looking to go short till we get under these levels here on SPX, vice versa if we're going long as well. So these are my levels on SPX. If we get below this, 54.47, definitely nice room down to this next level down here at 54.20, which may or may not line up with that gap. No, it won't. The gap will be here. So yeah, this is probably going to line up with that gap. So really to get to that gap, we have some good support we'd have to get through first, right? Over previous day high, again, same thing. This could be like a profit target here because it's potential. Like as you can see, it was nice, strong resistance. This lines up with that level I just went over on SPY, the 548. So, again, this could be a profit target. We get over the previous day high, trim here, before moving up to the next level or whatever, right? So I always trim based off the intraday price action and volume. Of course, having these nice little potential levels here as profit target also helps as well. QQQ, wrap things up, daily gap again, 468. Obviously with these indexes, they kind of all have the same looking chart. So 468 is going to be that main support that I'm going to be watching. Take it down to the hourly, okay? Previous day high, previous day low, yesterday's close over previous day high, looking up at next resistance here at this 486, and then of course all-time high. Again, we have this level here, keeping on the chart because it was support, broke through it, haven't really had a proper retest. Again, not a ton of space, but, just enough to where you can get a trim off before going up to this next resistance. Below previous day low, let's go over the 4 hour for this. My next support, I do have this level here, this 478, but it's obviously so close to the previous day low. I'm not going to look to enter puts unless we break below this level as well. And my next support would be down here at this 476. Below that, I have this 474. But what I'm really looking at is we go to QQQ, actually, we go back to the 4 hour. Obviously, we have this impulse move up. The QQQ 4 hour obviously looks insane. So get out the fib tool, okay? I'm going to be watching this 61 fib. So if I get rid of all this junk, okay? These higher time frames, I'm really only looking at the 50 and the 61 fib. But this 61 fib, okay, it lines up with my 472. I'm sorry, wrong. I think I'm looking at 462, or maybe I'm looking at the, I always do this, so I'm doing my journaling. I need to look at my journal real quick. I have here, it says 472 is my 61 fib. Maybe I took it from a different pivot. I have to see. Here, let me pause, I'll come right back. All right, we're back. So I was looking at the wrong pivot low. However, this pivot low to this pivot high also looks like a really good 61 bounce. I really like fibs when they line up with already levels I already have. And obviously we had really strong resistance here once, twice. Broke through it, retested it perfectly. From this pivot low to this pivot high, this 61 looks pretty good here at this 460, 68. So I'll definitely keep that on watch. But the one that I was really looking at was this pivot low because it was after this consolidation. before we had this rocket move up. So this pivot low to this pivot high here, 61 fib lines up really nicely with this 472.54. So if I take that down to the hourly here, I do like this look a lot, right? This pivot low raced up here, this pivot high, bounced out or already has strong support in this area. A nice retest of this area would be nice. And again, it's a place where I already have a potential blue level. So I will be watching that once we start getting close. I don't like to keep fibs on the chart until we actually start getting actually close, or else it's just a fucking mess. So that's gonna be the game plan for this week. So thank you all very, very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please consider dropping a like, dropping a comment, subscribing even. Obviously I do this because I enjoy it. It's fun, and it also helps me learn myself as I speak these things out loud. So I do appreciate you watching. I do appreciate your time. I hope you all have an amazing rest of your day and a great week inside and outside the markets, and I'll catch you in the next one.